Alright, here are my audience members, my mother, my girlfriend Ashley, and my sister Sam. Okay, hello, my name is Adrian Moreno. Today I'm going to be giving a demonstration speech on Frisbee golf. First I'm going to talk about a little bit about Frisbee golf. Frisbee golf is much like this regular golf, ball golf, but instead of using a club and a little ball, you're using disc and this type of basket as your target. Frisbee golf has been around for quite some time. It's actually gotten a lot popular here in the QC in the last couple of years. I'm going to talk a little bit about the different kind of discs you use. These would be the drivers. These are supposed to go anywhere from 300 to 500 feet. Some of the top pros today can throw them 500 to 600 feet, which is pretty remarkable. Here are the mid-range discs. These discs are used when you don't want to use the driver, but you're too far to use the putter. They come in handy a lot of times when it's windy and you don't have control over your putters as much as you would with a driver. And then the last disc, which is probably the most important one, would be the putter. These are KC AVRs, which are my favorite. There's over 200 to 300 different kind of putters you could probably buy if you wanted to, in all weights and colors. I prefer heavier weights because they're better in the wind and they're more reliable, and you're going to know where they're going to go more often than if you had like a lighter, flimsier one. Alright, now I'm going to talk about some of the different techniques you might want to use when you're putting. What I first like to do is I like to take my putter and line myself up with the basket, whereas my right foot would be facing the pole. If you're left-footed, it'd just be the opposite, where you're kind of leaning back on your opposite foot. The next thing would be the grip. I like to first take it with my index finger and wrap it around pretty tight, and then just lay my thumb down where it would lie. And then to make sure that I get a nice steady release, I like to use the fan grip. Although this is just one of the grips you might use, it's probably one of the most common, but anything really will work as long as you're getting in the basket. Today, you see a lot of different basketball players that use uncommon forms. They don't get their elbow straight and they don't follow through, but it's still going in and they're still in the NBA, so obviously they're doing something right. So this is the only technique you can use. The next thing I'd like to talk about is weight shifting. For further putts, you want to make sure that you get enough power on it, so you'd like to lean back on your opposite foot and then kind of jump through it as if you're like swinging towards the basket. If you like are up on your stronger dominant foot for a little longer, that's good because you're getting so much push that you're elevating yourself off the ground. The last thing would be the release. So when you're lined up, you want to make sure you take it from your waistline out to like chest level or a little under eye level, just to make sure, because if you're releasing it too low, you're often going to hit the bottom anywhere from here to here just because you short arm it a little bit. Or if you're releasing too high, you're often going to like fly over it like that. But as long as you're coming straight down and then straight out, you're usually going to get it in. The last thing for putting would be repetition. You're never going to get any better unless you practice. Like all sports, whether it be field goal kicking, basketball free throws, or free kicks in soccer, the only way to really master those things is a lot of practice, and some of the top pros spend 2 to 3 hours putting. That's longer than they would playing a whole round of disc golf. That just shows like how important it is. One of the pros said the easiest way to lower your score would be mastering the art of putting. So the drivers get the applause and everything, but it's the putting that makes the cash. So that's all. Thank you for watching.